So our plan for our next lesson is to start making our film titles. So before we do this, I wanted to get some further research and look at previous A-level film noirs and see the type of fonts they used, colour, and whereabouts in their film they put it, just to see what works well and what didn't work so well. The first A-level film I watched was set out to be in the 1940s, and the first thing that you see is the film title, which was against a black background and the font was white. So the white could suggest innocence and the black obviously has connotations of death. The font itself is like a typewriter font, and as it appeared it was like a typewriter and it had the sound of a typewriter. So this is a convention of film noir, and I thought this worked really well, and it set the theme and it set the time of the film it was in. The actors' names then began to appear, again following the theme of black and white with the typewriter font. I really like this because I think it looks effective but very simple, and it doesn't give too much away. You don't see the characters yet. And a 1940s type soundtrack is played over the top. So again, this is another hint to the time of era that the film is set in. So the only film titles that you actually see are the film name and actor's name, because the next screenshot is then of the time period, obviously, that the film is set in, so that they make this clear to the audience. So overall, I think that this was really simple but effective. It easily showed the time period, it also suggested innocence and death, and the typewriter was a clear convention of film noir, so gave the genre of the film away. Unlike the first film, this film had the titles against the moving image of the opening to the film. The first film title appeared at 10 seconds after a short flashback, which I feel was effective in getting the audience's attention. We were then introduced to the main characters with their actor's name next to them. The actor's name appeared in a black font which stands out against the white background of the light. The type of font is plain serif. I like the fact that the actor's name appears next to the actors, but I feel that the font was quite boring. Although possibly reflecting on the time period it was set, I think there could have been more movement to make it stand out more interesting for the audience. The film title appeared at exactly 1 minute, which I felt was appropriate, as it gives a quick insight to the audience of what is coming up in the film. The film title was a larger font in white, which suggests innocence and purity, and was in the centre of the frame. I liked this and how the moving image was still playing in the background. I feel they chose an effective and suitable image for the title to go on, as the lighting is dark, so the title stands out even more. The title appeared at the start of the film against a black background. The font is very small and white, which suggests innocence. I think it is too small for an audience to read, and it doesn't stand out to me or make a statement. I feel the position is interesting and unique, and could have been quite effective if the font was slightly bigger and more readable. The font is a serif font, which reflects on the time period. It also looks like a typewriter, which is a convention of film noir. There are no titles or actors' names throughout the film, but at the end. This is different to the other films that I had looked at. I quite liked this and thought it looked old-fashioned like the original film noirs, as most of those had listed credits at the beginning of the film. Overall, I really liked the font and the contrast in colours, although again I feel that the font should have been bigger so it is more readable for the audience.